right, gang, it's time to take one of the TAC TV challenges for the handgun and apply it to the Wehrmacht handguns. We're gonna do the 1-2-3, 3-2-1 drill, which has a reload in the middle of it. Now, Ken and I want to point out a couple things on reloading the Luger. The magazine, remember, there's knobs on the bottom. Primary reason for that is to actually strip the mag out. It's not a drop-free magazine like we've come to expect with like a 1911. Also, after you insert the new mag, you come up and strike the toggle in order to chamber around. You don't have to come and release it like this. Just hit it with the palm of your hand, put a new round in the chamber, you're back in the fight. We ready, bro?
Let's do it.
Ready, Ken.
Heat it up. All right, shooter, stand by. All right, 1283 with a smooth reload.
Good deal.
Take a look.
Okay, all in the black, good hits.
Excellent.
Real good hits.
Superb.
And then one got away from me. And you know what I got going on there, Ken, is to see that front sight. I got a little bit of the front sight coming up.
Little lift, actually, but a 1283 added 1 second, 1383. You know what?
We both understand the Luger had a reputation for being an extremely accurate firearm. Was one of the reasons for that was the fixed barrel, correct?
Absolutely, no wobble.
Yeah. Now, the sights kind of worked against it. Imagine tuning the trigger on one, putting better sights.
Yeah, and you know, the Finns, for example, did exactly that. They took their Luger service pistols, put basically a square Patridge type front sight on it, opened up the notch in the rear. Consequently, really easy gun to shoot well.
Yeah. Okay, now P38.
Let's try it.
Time to heat up the P38.
Make it hot. See a little difference here in the reload because you got to manually release it.
The heel release.
See how it goes. Shooters ready? Stand by. .1211, and you dropped 1 point. Let's go take a look
Let's
at
go
it.
check it out.
Gave up 1 point there.
Don't know if that was double action or whatever, but I got it.
No, it was not. It was a single action shot.
All right. Clean over here.
Clean
Very
there.
nice.
Clean and nice there.
Here.
So, actually 1311. Interesting enough, even with a slower reload, pretty darn close between the Luger and the P38.
Exactly. Part of the reason you have to strip both mags out.
Let's move on to the Radom.
Yep. Cool. Radom.
Make it hot. Here we go. Stand by. .1081, and the reload was the factor.
Man, the reload was the key.
1081.
Drop free. Yeah, absolutely. Let's check out our hits. Well, great hits here.
Yep.
I knew I punched one down. There it was. This is an edger that counts in the black. This is a dip, a little snatcho, and great hits here.
So interesting. By the way, the extended slide release, a little bit easier to hit too.
Yeah, and it's of course what I'm used to with the Glock, 1911, whatnot, guns that I've been used to shooting. Mag out, new mag in, slide release with the support hand thumb, drive on. Of course, once again, the sights kind of bit me, but overall, really good run. The reload was the key.
Oh yeah, and by the way, so even with the point down, adding a second, you're now to say an 1181.
Yeah, well over a second faster, even with the point down, than the other two guns.
P35 Browning time.
P35.
Browning high power, make her hot.
Classic.
All right, stand by. Time of 11:68. You know, the process to have to strip that mag out took a bit more time.
Go back to the Luger and P38. It's not really a true drop-free mag, which you and I both know with the high power has been somewhat of an issue.
Yep.
So the reload on the Radom was a huge advantage.
And remember, one critical factor here we're kind of cheating on. The Germans carried their spare magazine in the pocket on the holster.
Yeah.
that would have been incredibly slow access to a speed.
Right, a mag pouch on your belt like Americans would have done, dramatically improved over having it on the holster.
Yeah, so actually this kind of a reload with using their issue equipment would have been you could have timed it with an hourglass.
Yeah, it would have been pretty grim. Let's check out the hits.
All right.
Okay, good hits on the first one.
Good,
Take that any day of the week.
Okay. Kind of gave one up here.
Yeah. Gave one up a little bit. You know that trigger on the high power at times can be a little bit of an ouch.
And those wartime triggers weren't that great.
And one high.
So we add 2 more seconds to your 1168, so we end up with a 1368.
So it's actually technically the slowest, but really kind of had a little trigger crunch. The P08, P38, and high power were all about a wash based on the reload. The gun that was noticeably faster on the reload was the Radom.
Radom, absolutely.
As far as hits on target, let's face it,
not much different.
All basically the same.
Yeah, you could even argue accuracy-wise, your Luger and P38 targets were your best targets as far as shots.
TAC TV fans, it's time to wrap it up out here with myself and Ken Hackathorn. Now, we did a variety of shooting. We got to emphasize it's the singer, not the song, when it comes to being able to use one of these guns effectively.
Hey, and boy, that is really the case. And we got to remember, in the world, particularly in the military, the skill level the average soldier gets based upon his training exposure to handguns is really, really low. So it's kind of relative. You're an exceptionally skilled pistol shooter and you perform very well. But the reality is, when you put anybody into the position where they've had a mental exposure, skill level is going to kind of pay the price. Interesting thing, if you think about the performance of the guns, the difference, when you really looked at the time and the scores, there wasn't a lot of difference.
Yep. As usual, when you're on the show, we got to always kind of pick the one that we would choose out of these 4 to take into combat. What would be your choice?
Oh, I think it's pretty much a no-brainer. I think it would be the Walther P38.
Without a doubt, I'm in total agreement. This is the gun, not only an influential handgun after World War II, but when you look at the features it brought to the table, not to mention the sights during World War II, hell of a handgun. This would be my top pick.
You know, and it's interesting, the P35 Browning high power went on to become the most popular handgun in the last half of the 20th century. It really became the world standard in service pistol. Great gun, but in reality, design and feature-wise, this gun had a lot. This biggest advantage of this gun, aside from the fact it's a nice, reliable gun, is that large magazine capacity, which we saw obviously morphed into follow-up pistol designs using most of the features of the P38 and the magazine of the high power.
Well, good deal. Ken, thanks for coming, bro.
Anytime, bro.
As always, it's great to have you on the show, and it's great to bring out guns like this and fire them up.
Great.
That's all we got. We'll see you back here on TAC TV. Hey, thanks for watching the Vickers Tactical YouTube channel. To subscribe, click here. And to watch some of my favorite videos, click here. Have a good one. LAV out.